Hi everyone, here's another video lesson for reading and writing skills course. We're still on Module 1, the 8 Patterns of Development in Writing across disciplines. For this video lesson, let's have Lesson 4, Exemplification and Classification. In the previous lessons, you have learned the differences between the Damong narrative, descriptive, and definition paragraphs. Now, you will familiarize yourself with two of the most common patterns of paragraph development, exemplification and classification. As you unravel the unique patterns of development in writing, exemplification and classification paragraphs, and how to incorporate them in your writing, you must first begin to learn how to identify the basic parts of these patterns: the topic sentence, classifications or the types and categories, examples or the illustrations, and the transitional expressions. These can be used in writing other papers with different purposes other than telling a story, describing something, or defining a concept. Let's have this initial activity. Read the passage carefully. Once finished, copy on a separate sheet of paper and fill out the table with the appropriate words that match the headings below. Let's read.
Humans are often harmed by pollution. The presence of the hazardous substances brought about by these three major types of pollution, land, air, and water, gravely affects our health. For instance, a person may acquire skin problems and other deformities from the toxic wastes present in the land that we live in, such as garbage, pesticides, heavy metals, and other chemicals. Air pollution caused by toxic gases, solid and liquid particles or aerosols, and other hazardous air pollutants adversely contaminate the air that we breathe. Long-term exposure to air pollutants has been linked with diseases of the heart and lungs, cancers, and other health problems. Lastly, water pollution observed in our primary water sources like oceans, rivers, and lakes is caused by the presence of industrial wastes, sewage and wastewaters, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides, to be specific. Infectious diseases can be acquired through contaminated water and can cause cholera, jaundice, liver damage, and stomach illness in people.
Please reread the passage if necessary. Again, fill out the table with the appropriate words that match the headings below. Once done, study the accomplished table. How can you say that the words and phrases that you have just written all exemplify that of the A topic sentence, B classification, C examples, and D transition words? If you were able to justify your answers, then you are now ready to learn more about the characteristics and features of exemplification and classification as patterns of development in writing. Let's discuss. Exemplification or illustration is the most common and effective pattern to explain an idea or point. In developing this kind of paragraph, the writer develops a general statement, the topic sentence, with one or more examples to support it. Here are some transitional expressions in writing effective exemplification paragraphs. For instance, namely, to be specific, or to specify, to clarify, to illustrate, for example, in short, as an example. On the other hand, classification is used when a writer needs to sort out or arrange subjects to groups or categories based on their common and shared characteristics. Here are some transitional expressions in writing effective classification paragraphs. Classified as one kind, the last group, another kind, another, final type, the first category, are categorized as the next part. Remember that you can use both exemplification and classification in developing a paragraph by simply identifying categories on a particular subject and providing examples or illustration to explain and clarify meaning. With that, Read the excerpt that follows. After reading it, make a short paragraph that has the same pattern of development. Be able to employ transitional expressions to make it effective.
An excerpt from Appassionato. Passion is visceral. It stands outside traditional thinking. It ignores conventions, like distance, time, and social acceptance. It dares into uncharted waters. It is used to be primarily associated with romantic love. Today, thanks to authors like Tom Peters and Nancy Austin, A Passion for Excellence, passion's boundaries have been extended to embrace work, entrepreneurial endeavors, corporate success.
Please reread the excerpt and do the activity as asked. This time, reflect on what you have learned today by completing the diagram below. Use a separate sheet for your answer. Use a separate sheet for your answer. Write inside the circle the most valuable learning that you gained from the lessons. Write some questions or clarifications outside the circle. For the next activity, choose at least one from the situations below. Here is the rubric for your writing task. For our additional activities, write an exemplification or a classification paragraph on any suitable subject or topic in your respective context or locality. Make sure to include a topic sentence, supporting details, conclusion, and transitional expressions in your written text. The same will be used in assessing your output. Once done with the test, you may send your outputs via email or FB Messenger. Please refer to the details on the screen. Again, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be informed of the next video lesson. Thank you, and God bless.